Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Podcast. Today, we have a very interesting topic. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever lost a sock? You put two socks in the washing machine, and when you take them out, there's only one. Where did the other one go? Today, we're going to talk about this great mystery, the case of the missing socks. Now, before we begin, let me ask you, how many of you have lost socks before? Raise your hand. Okay, I can't see you, but I'm sure a lot of you raised your hands just now. Losing socks is something that happens to everyone, and it's always a little strange, isn't it? You're sure you had two socks when you put them in the laundry, but when you're done, one is missing. Where could it be? So let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a man named Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson was a very organized man. He always kept everything in order. His house was clean, his clothes were neatly folded, and his socks were always paired. But one day, something strange happened. Mr. Thompson noticed that one of his socks was missing. He looked everywhere. Under the bed, in the closet, even inside the washing machine. But the sock was nowhere to be found. Mr. Thompson was very confused. He thought, how can a sock just disappear? Maybe it ran away. Of course, socks can't run away, or can they? Mr. Thompson started to imagine all kinds of crazy things. He thought, maybe there's a secret sock thief living in my house. He even thought about setting a trap to catch the sock thief. But then he remembered, wait, socks can't walk and they definitely can't steal themselves. Now, let me ask you, have you ever thought about where your missing socks might be? Do you think there could be a sock thief in your house? Or maybe there's a secret sock-eating monster living in the washing machine? What do you think? Maybe you can share your ideas with someone around you. It could be fun to imagine where all those missing socks go. Anyway, Mr. Thompson was very determined to solve this mystery, so he decided to keep track of his socks. He made a list and wrote down how many socks he had. Every time he did the laundry, he counted his socks. But guess what? The socks kept disappearing. It didn't matter how careful he was. Every time he did the laundry, he lost one sock. Mr. Thompson was starting to go a little crazy. He even began to think that maybe his socks were going on vacation without him. Imagine that. A group of socks lounging on a beach somewhere, sipping coconut water. But then one day, something amazing happened. Mr. Thompson found one of his missing socks. It was inside the duvet cover, stuck in the corner. Mr. Thompson was so happy. He thought he had finally solved the mystery. But then he realized something. There were still more socks missing. How could this be? He had checked the duvet cover before, and there were no socks in there. Could it be that the socks were playing a trick on him? At this point, Mr. Thompson decided to stop worrying about his missing socks. He thought, maybe the socks just want to be free. Maybe they're happier wherever they are. And you know what? After he stopped worrying, Mr. Thompson never lost another sock. Or maybe he just stopped noticing when he lost them. So what do you think of this story? Do you think there's a lesson to be learned here? Maybe it's that sometimes we shouldn't worry too much about the little things. Socks will come and go, but life goes on. Or maybe the lesson is to always check inside your duvet cover when you lose a sock. That's probably a good idea, don't you think? Now let's think about this a little more. What are some other everyday mysteries that you can think of? Maybe it's the mystery of the disappearing pen. You always have a pen when you don't need one, but when you do need one, it's gone. Or maybe it's the mystery of the vanishing remote control. Why is it that the remote control is always missing when your favorite show is about to start? These little mysteries make life more interesting, don't they? Uten. Let's practice some English now. I'll ask you a few questions, and you can think about your answers. Ready? Where do you think Mr. Thompson's socks went? Do you think they really went on vacation? Have you ever lost something and then found it in a very strange place? Where was it? If you could ask your missing socks a question, what would it be? Maybe you'd ask, "Why did you leave me?" I hope you had fun listening to today's story. Remember, learning English doesn't always have to be serious. We can have fun and laugh while we learn. So the next time you lose a sock, don't get upset. Just remember Mr. Thompson and his mysterious case of the missing socks. Maybe your socks are off on an adventure, too. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Keep smiling and keep learning English. Bye for now.